Have the last few days been after the Norwich Victory? I imagine it's been better than the start of the week.
Yeah, of course. I think we look back today to the Norwich game. We took some things what we have to do on Sunday as well better. But all in all, I saw about the full-time good organized team from our side in both shapes, in both halves. I think it was good to see how we worked as a unit, how connected. Compare some data. It's always good to see when you look. Watford bypassed us 40 times in the box. Norwich just 4 times. Huge step forward again. Yeah, this was a good phase against the ball, and with the ball, always when we were on the ball, we played very quick and vertical with a lot of speed. I think it was also different to the opponent. Yeah, that was Norwich, a good reaction after the Watford game, and now of course it's focus to the next one, to the big one.
Did you pick up any fresh injury concerns after Norwich?
No, everybody looks well. Yeah, it's good. We know Akin Nave is back on the grass. He trained the last 2 days with the team. It's good to see. Of course, he needs a little bit more minutes and more practice, but it's a huge step forward. Still Olaf, but he come closer, and Michael Kiewe is also back on the grass. So far looks good. No new injuries. I think this is always helpful. Yeah.
Well, you've referenced the derby a few times in recent interviews. You've just called it the big one yourself. How much are you personally excited for what's to come this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's a big one for the city, for the fans, for both sides. For our club, everybody was waiting a long time to have again such a big game in the city. Yeah, we will try. We will fight. We will do everything on the pitch to make it to a big one and to a good one for our side. We will face on a good team with a lot of individual quality. They have a good run, top of the table when you see without this. I think 2 points reduced, and they will be top of the table. Yeah, that shows a lot about this team. Last time in Bristol, they won very late in the game. It shows also the character of the team. They are good organized. They're doing well. Good transition moments. They have good quality players, but I think we have also some good tools, some good strength from our team, and it's important that we face our good side on Sunday.
What do you feel will be key for Sheffield Wednesday winning at Bramall on Sunday?
Yeah, what I feel, I think everybody's excited for this game. Everybody's looking forward to this game. I think it's a high expectation for us. Everybody is emotional. I hope that will be a good atmosphere. I like this. That there's something in the air, good energy, and then it's about the teams on the grass to make a good game. And exciting game.
Have you had Wednesday fans stopping you in the streets, talking to you about this one any more than normal?
Well, I heard, of course, the last days you said, it's a big one, and everybody's looking forward and a little bit nervous, and they want to show. But I must say, even in the last weeks, it's always a lot of people in the streets. They are happy when they see me, and I'm happy when I see our supporters and they must have fans and they say hello. I think the time is counting, and I think it's now in 48 hours it's kickoff. That's good.
Does it help you that you've obviously been around some big games, some big clubs like Bayern and with Germany and everything else, and maybe experienced similar things to this?
Yeah, I know what it means to play a big game. What I don't know is how is the atmosphere in the stadium, because it's my first one in this city. I think every derby is a little bit different from the emotional, but of course when you play Munich against Dortmund, then it's also a big one. Normally you fight in this game not just for the 3 points, you fight also for the champion in the league, and you know what it means. There's pressure, there is enjoying. There's a lot of emotional things around, and of course it's also about take something from such games.
What's been your kind of messages to the players this week about how you want them to approach the game?
Yeah, you can imagine at first during the week it's a little bit of process. You prepare the next game and the next game, and today we start to spoke about this game on Sunday. Tomorrow we will speak the next time about the opponent. And then I think I have some good experienced players around me. They know what it means to play a derby. They speak in the changing room about this, but it's also clear that it's a focus of our performance, what we can influence, all the environments around us. We will see on the match day, but I think this is a key that our focus is what we can decide on the pitch, and be clear on our decision making. I think there's an atmosphere in the stadium, will be special, but the important is that we are in the stress situations are very clear in our mindset.
Yeah, I imagine people like Barry Bannon, Josh Windass and others haven't been shy in putting across some views ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think also Liam, Barry, Josh, Dome, they know the feeling, they know the stadium, they know the atmosphere. It's helpful to have this group, but sometimes it's also good when you have some players they didn't know because they play maybe with more freedom, and they go and want to play football instead of to make too many thoughts about what could be happened. This is also, I think it's important that you have a good balance in such a game.
Brilliant. Danny, good luck this weekend.
Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.
Danny, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Hey Alex, I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Looking forward to this weekend. Before we get on to derby stuff, you mentioned Nath there. Where is he at? If he's training, you mentioned before that he's maybe the other side of the break. What's the plan with him in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's always the same process. First they make the rear, then they go into the grass with the rear coaches, and then it's about be involved in some parts of the training. Today he was involved in rondos, but he was not part of the game. And this is then the next step and next days. I think this is then helpful next week in the international break, and then the next step is to play some minutes on a bigger picture. And hopefully then he is back maybe after the international break during the week. Then Wednesday, Thursday would be good. We will cross the fingers that there's not a setback. Sometimes you never know. When you make then more intensity and you play a bigger picture, then it could be that you dropped a little bit, but so far looks very good.
What are your plans for the break? Is this a slightly more relaxing one, or are there things that you want to drill down on?
Yeah, I think it's always about have a reflection from the last weeks, but of course I have also to use this time also for myself to come a little bit down and use my time with my family. I didn't see them not really often at the moment. I think this is important. I think this is also in the schedule. I spoke in the morning with the players. We have some players that need a rest, good recover, but you have also some players that need minutes and training. I think this is important that we find a good balance for the group. That we are ready then for a long time from November until I think March. There's not really a break, and we should use this in different directions.
How wary are you? We've spoken a bit, haven't we, about the last result has a big effect on the mood. How wary are you that there's going to be 2 weeks and the mood could be euphoric or really quite miserable because of the nature of the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we had both this season. Yeah, we lost against Millwall, and we had a late win against Coventry. Both it's different, you can imagine. And yeah, on Sunday it's of course we want to try. We want to make a good performance. We want to invest, and yeah, I think this is the emotional side. You have to control it sometimes, even it goes in this or this direction. But I'm very convinced and believe that it goes in the right direction, especially after Tuesday. Yeah, you take this always with you. I think this is the one advantage in the championship is that there's always the chance to do it better. When you have a big defeat and you have a long week ahead, then it's difficult. But now it was quick. And now in the international break, then the result will stay 2 weeks, and it's much better when it's a good result.
Yeah, here's hoping. I want to ask about Akin as well. Obviously, the news will have settled in with him. How are you sort of managing him? Because it's a big blow. He's doing so well, and to have another setback like that, are you still sort of managing him and speaking to him?
Yeah, I met him 2 days ago in my office. Yeah, we spoke about his feeling. I give him hope. I feel with him. Even I didn't play so high. I had a lot of injuries, and I know what it means. And especially he was really in a good shape. He performed well. It's even harder then. But he was very positive. He said, "Yeah, okay, then I come stronger back." He will fight, he will do everything. We know this injury takes time, you can never say how quick it goes. It's also a little bit for the mindset. When you have a muscle injury, it's always a little bit at the beginning. You are a little bit scared that it happens again. If you have a broken leg or something like this, then if it's fixed, then you can keep going. Then normally nothing happens again. This is, of course, the one side, but we will support him. I will support him. He is always a part of our team. I think now it's about the treatments. Then, of course, he need one times to go to a different place and make some good days far away from here for the mindset, and then he comes back again. And we build up. I trust my medical team. They will help them, and we have to help him for the mentally side.
Absolutely. Right then, Derby stuff. United came down from the Premier League. This time last year, Wednesday were where they were. You're the underdogs for this one, are you?
Yeah, when you look to this picture, then of course, but we have also our goals this season. We showed that we can beat big teams in this league. We showed as well we can also lose against some teams. Both is possible, but we are ready for such a game. I think they will also take us very serious because they know as well that we have weapons, that we are good organized, that it could be very difficult for them as well. But when we look back to Tuesday, I think maybe against Norwich, we are also a little bit the underdog. It's not always a bad thing. Important is how is our mindset for such a game, how clear we are, and our decision making. And on Tuesday it was fantastic. I showed good clips my team today about this game. Really good what we did in this game, and this positive feeling we go on Sunday and want to show this again and bring it on the grass, and bring to the tactical side a lot of emotional, but it must be the right emotional things. In such a game, it's also about look not too much left and right, and make maybe some silly fouls or something like this. It's really about stay with you, with our team, with the match plan, and enjoy such a game with the good atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Kiefer Moore is a player that may or may not be involved. How much does that sort of alter? You know, when a big player from the opposition, does that make your life more difficult in the analysis?
Yeah, you never know what happens. I think you have to prepare both. I think he's a ball player in front. Yeah, he can keep the ball well, but I think the backup is not so bad. Yeah, he had Bramall. I think this is also, I think in this case you have to prepare both. We will look what it means, but all in all, what I saw so far, it's they have the structure, how they play with the ball against the ball. I'm not sure if he will really change so much. Yeah, by us you never know. Yeah, we surprised sometimes the opponent. Yeah, let's see what we are doing in this game. But all in all, it's important that it's not about this derby game. It's about the best match plan for the opponent, and this is also a key.
There's a balance in the Wednesday squad between youth and experience. Is this one for the gnarled old pros, or is there a balance to be struck there?
Yeah, I think we had good moments and bad moments in the past. I think the Norwich team, they did well at the beginning, but I think you have, in my mind, 2-3 positions are still open at the moment. And you need the balance, you need the balance from the experienced one, but you need also the balance what you need on the pitch, the strength from us, and maybe some weaknesses from the opponent, what is then the best fit. I think you need both, and we did in the last weeks very often very good when we had also a good bench. They give us impact. Let's see at the end who will start. But I think it doesn't matter who. I'm very convinced that the players that will be on the pitch, they will be on fire.
We've heard about Bars and Palms and Josh and Dom. And what about in your coaching staff? Neil Thompson's been at Sheffield Wednesday for a long time. Has he said much about this weekend?
Yeah, I think everybody said it will be an incredible atmosphere. It will be a special one. I think this is the key message from everyone, and I think this is in front of the game. This atmosphere, and after the game, it's about the results. If the result is a good one, then the atmosphere will be outstanding. When I'm looking a little bit in the future, and I imagine you go then to the supporters or massive fans, and you can really celebrate something, then it could be really special on this day.
Yeah, wouldn't mind witnessing that. Have you got any Sheffield United pals? I think Josh spoke about his barber. Dom knows someone at a coffee shop. Have you met anyone from the red side yet in the city?
No, so far not, I must say. Maybe they are scared to say something, but I'm not sure. But no, so far not. I see always our fans and everybody wish all the best for the games, and me, and say thank you, and
Have you had a chance to meet Chris yet?
Yes, I meet him 1 time or 2 times in my restaurant, Nonas. Sometimes he's also there. I think it was after a game. He invited me for a drink. It was nice. I think it's good to see him back then on the grass.
What's that, if you don't mind me asking, what's that conversation like? Is it a bit awkward, a bit standoffish, or?
Yeah, I think it was last season, and I think we fight to stay in the league. It was not this season. Then what was the topic. But I think we are both managers, coaches from a football club. There's a big respect. Everybody try the best for the team, for the club, and sometimes it's good to have a conversation, a meeting, a short one, and I enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it maybe as well.
Yeah, good stuff. I think you said after Sunderland that you might enjoy one beer if you got that. Will you allow yourself a pint perhaps if you get a win at Bramall on Sunday?
I must say no, because to celebrate and to drink something, then you have to achieve big goals at the end of the season.
Fair enough. If they do get a result, I'll have that one pint. Thanks very much, Danny.
Thank you.
You alright, Danny? How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. You?
Yeah, good, thank you. Is it nice to have an away game that doesn't take you a few hours on a coach to get to?
Yeah, really, it's special this week. Yeah, I can sleep the whole week in my own bed. It's fantastic. No traveling about 4, 5, 6 hours. But I must say, sometimes I miss it. Because I sit in front of the coaches and you have some nice cakes. Yeah, and then you have time to sleep, and away games. But of course, this week it's also a good one when you can sleep at home and you have no traveling.
Yeah, you can still have cakes on the way to Bramall Lane. It is allowed.
Yeah, but just healthy cakes without sugar. Yeah.
Absolutely. I wonder, have you been sort of into the archives at all? Have you gone to find any sort of old footage of Steel City derbies to maybe have a look at what you might be dealing with this weekend?
Yeah, let's see. Maybe I will watch today or tomorrow some stuff, videos, a little bit for the atmosphere to come and to see. But I think I had a lot of conversation with the players, and they give me a good insight. I think this is good, and I know what it is. Not in this city, but I think the atmosphere in front of such a game is always special.
Yeah, I'd recommend the one from 2012. It was at Hillsborough, but it's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You've been involved in big games before, like you mentioned. But on a personal level, how much are you looking forward to being, front and centre in this one rather than being an assistant? Yeah,
of course. I think this is also when you took this job. You're looking for big games, and of course it is a big game. It's an emotional game to take and to lead your group to go in such a game. Then. I must say, it's always for me. I'm looking forward, and I enjoy really this moments. I think before start my manager career, and I was an assistant coach, and it was always a little bit the question for me, how I will feel, how I will act in front of a game, in front of meetings. But I must really say the big stress is always 24, 48 hours before the game, when you have to make the final decisions. But on the match day, I must really say that I enjoy every minute to be the manager on the sideline, to lead this group, to find solutions, to give them advices in the halftime. All the things. For me, it's really I enjoy this part of the job.
Yeah. So this is the longest gap there's been between Sheffield derbies since the 1990s, I think. Fans have been waiting a long time for this game. They haven't won one since 2012. How much would it mean to everyone at the club, not just yourself and your players and your staff, but the general club as a whole? How much would it mean to sort of give them bragging rights back?
Yeah, when you look to this history now, it's a huge one when you can do something special on Sunday and give a big present our massive fans. I think we know this for them. They are waiting so long, and they support us in very difficult moments in the past. And now to go into such a game, and you can give them a lot of things back, would be amazing. And for us would be also good to get the 3 points. I think this is I think it's really two things. It's the emotional side, and then to have this lift. You feel it. Everybody's looking forward to such a game, and we should take this energy and to bring this in the right direction for us.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about Liam and Josh and Baz, but in terms of the actual conversations that have been going on within the club, have you called upon the local lads, maybe the guys that have been at Wednesday a little bit longer? You know, there are a few that have played in derbies before. Have you sort of called upon them to maybe have a chat with the newer lads about the importance of this game?
Yeah, I think this process is still ongoing. Yeah, and in the locker room they speak about this game. There's in the last 2 days now. They give the input, the insights. But for some of the players, they said also, for some players it's maybe better they have the freedom and they didn't know before the game what it means. But you as a player, as a manager, as a supporter, as a fan, everybody is dreaming for such big games again and again. This is we were waiting a long time to have this game again. And I think this is then more special when you have this every year, and I think this is the reason why everybody looks really forward to such a big game.
Just with yourself and Chris, you're two very different managers in terms of the clubs that you're involved with now, because obviously Chris is a Sheffield boy, you know, he knows exactly what the derby means from that perspective. He's a Sheffield United fan. You've come in and you've really bought into the city, you've got a great relationship with supporters here. Does that play a part in a game like this? You know, you will have very different, I suppose, you'll have very different ways of talking to your players. He might make it a bit more passionate because of how much it means to him, whereas you might be a little bit more analytical about it, I suppose.
Yeah, I think both will find the way to speak to the players, and both will try to make to find the better words. That the players are ready for this. I think he is an experienced manager for a long time. I started my career not so far away. Yeah, of course, he feels this derby. I expect a team who will fight and do everything for his side, but they will also face a team who will do everything and will work on the pitch for every inch and go into duels and be ready for this. Where I think you need both. I think just emotional thing in such a game, it's not enough in the modern football. You need also some tactical skills to win games, and I try to have a good combination of both, and let's see what we can do on Sunday.
Yeah, I know that sometimes you'll have a coffee with managers and stuff after a game. Think you might have one with Chris after this one?
Well, I think the respect is big. What I can say, it's much easier when you win games to have these conversations. I think this is the same for every manager. Then you invite the manager. Come in. It's okay. If you lose, it's different. But no, the respect is still there. It's a big respect.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Danny. All the best on Sunday.
So thank you.
Hi Danny, how are you?
I am fine. You?
Yes, good, thank you. I just wanted to ask, I was looking at the record and I think I'm right in saying that you were involved in 6 Classicas and won them all when you were on the Bayern coaching staff. I just wondered, seeing some of the best players in the world and how they approach that, what you sort of learned from them.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You see, even in these games, these are humans. Even the big players are humans, and every player is different. You have some players, they relax and they are very calm in front of such a games. But you see also big players, they are also nervous because they know what it means to play such a big games. And I think there's also a good learning, or was a good learning from my side, that you have to understand your players, who needs which conversation, who needs maybe some good words, maybe some players you can say, with them you can make a joke, and they are calm enough but I think the pressure in big games it's always a little bit higher, and the key is that you bring your team on a good emotional level.
Just on the emotional level, do you think it's possibly helped you that this derby's come around in your second year and you've had a bit more time to understand the club and the supporters?
Maybe you can ask me after the game what was better. I don't know yet. But you have to play the games when the time is right. I must say I like such big games. I like the feeling in front of the games, but it's good to have this season. I think I said this before, achievement from last season to have this game this season, and this is a good reason to play against them.
I mean, some managers, for obvious reasons, don't always live in the city where they work. Do you think doing that gives you an advantage, not necessarily just in derby games, but generally to, as I say, to understand the club and the people that you're working for, and the supporters? Yeah,
it helps in this direction that you get feedbacks on the streets and you see the people and you have a feeling for the city. I think this is really helpful. I think sometimes maybe it's not really possible to live in the city. You never know. If you have a family, maybe you live a little bit far away or something like this. But of course, I feel it always when I go through the streets or I go for a run. Then I always meet people. They are very open and friendly and show the big respect, and they show that they are from Sheffield Wednesday side. And this is really I enjoy this. I like this, and always I try to give them a little bit back. And even it's just a photo.
Yeah. And I mean, thinking about the other clubs you've worked with, obviously Southampton and Portsmouth were a long way away in terms of league positions at the time. Leipzig, no real rival. Bayern in 1860, a big gap. Last season, a big gap between the Sheffield clubs. This is the first time really where you've had a city where there've been two really close rivals. That must change the atmosphere in the city.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is that you have really two clubs in one city. I think when you compare this now with Munich and Dortmund, then it's not in one city. It's a little bit a different derby, but in one city to have two big clubs, and now they face each other and fight for points and also a little bit for the emotional things in the city. Then it's a big one. You feel it.
And how important, you've obviously talked about the international break and the way the emotion will last for a couple of weeks, but how important is it that you personally and the players don't react too much either way, whether it be a win or a defeat?
I think this is during the full the season a big part. After wins, I think we feel this. Plymouth. This was we were flying, and then you come back to the reality, and then you get a good week, and then you get a setback again. I think this is really what we have to understand to control. But the best way to control this is that you play consistently on a good level and take points. Then you have not this up and downs so much.
I mean, is that emotion difficult to control? Because obviously you want the emotion, you want Hillsborough to always be an emotional place. So it must be a difficult balance to strike.
Especially you have not so much time after the games where you can work on your emotional level. You have sometimes just when you play in the evening and you have in the morning training, then you have maybe 10 hours. You cannot really sleep after such games. You are a little bit on fire, and then it's important to find the right words, because then you have just 48 hours again to prepare for the next game, and that's the reason why you cannot be too positive and too negative. You have to find a good balance. The first hours it's about work on your emotional level, be not too happy or not too disappointed. It depends which direction, and then it's really be back on the track, make the focus what you can influence. I said this many times. Sometimes you cannot change the past, but you always can change your performance in the next game. And this was a part after Watford to come to Norwich. You have to speak about what happens, but you have also to make the view forward. And I think this is always for me important, that I give my players immediately solutions. And solution, it's not about emotional things. You can, I said this, just with emotional things you cannot develop and improve your players. Your players need solutions, they need help, and then on the game, then it's about bring the tactical side with the emotional together. This is then a different part. But after the game, it's really about what we can improve.
Just a quick one on the details. When you're talking about Akinfenwa earlier and training in different places, for the mental side, is that something you as a club control? Do you leave that to the player? Are you able to use St George's Park, for example, or do you speak to your former clubs? Or?
Yeah, I think it's always a conversation with the players together. Sometimes it's after 8-9 weeks we are here. Sometimes it's also good to go in the sun and train maybe in a different place where you get a little bit a lift for your mind as well. Especially now in this time of the year when it goes more grey and cloudy and all the things, then it's also a lift because as a player you want to have this positive feeling inside, and if you're injured and you worked hard, then it could be it drops sometimes down. But this is always a conversation and the decision making with the players, with my medical staff and me, and then we are looking what is the best for the situation.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time, Dan.
Thank you. See you.